listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. Now, the largest new media platform on the web and your number one source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's Keeping Up with the Kardashians. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show, Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Oh, hello. Bing is for doing, but I think you guys know that. Welcome to the AfterBuzz recap show for Keeping Up with the Kardashians. We are in a very new season, season 7. But before we get to break everything down, I want to introduce our panel for this season. To my left is
Susan Hahn. And I am Adria Theoharides, and you guys can tweet me at Adria Theo.
And I am Virginia Reyna, and you can tweet me there.
Susan, where can they tweet you?
You can tweet me at It's Susan Hahn, ITSSUSANHAHN.
And you guys can tweet me at GoToGirlTV. And I just wanted to take a moment to encourage you guys to check us out on iTunes, rate us, tell your friends. We appreciate all the feedback, and we actually, we want you to interact with us. Call in. You can call in 424-256-1729. And without further ado, this is a new season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, season 7. And tonight's episode actually kind of picks up where Khloe and Lamar left off to a certain degree, because the title of this episode is Who's Your Daddy? Who's your daddy? So the overarching, big message in this episode, it's the whole paternity thing with Khloe. Because the very last show for Khloe and Lamar, we saw where the whole rumor about Khloe's, who is her real father. Kris had a book. Kris talked about having an affair, and all this nastiness came out. So Khloe was really at a place where she wasn't sure if she wanted to find out what the truth was, if she was comfortable with it, if she thought she was really a Kardashian. What do you guys think about all that?
I mean, I feel like this has been going on for a while, though. Like, we heard about this in the tabloids, months ago. So we're finally now actually just seeing it. So it's kind of interesting, to see, what really went down and, how it's kind of affected their whole family. And, I mean, obviously, Khloe.
I think Khloe's been insecure her whole life. She's always questioned if she's really, truly a Kardashian, because she doesn't look like her sisters or Rob. Mm-hmm. And then her mom writes, as she said, a memoir. And that was hilarious. And she, admitted that she had an affair. And that's kind of like, green light. If you're going to write it in the book, people are going to take jabs. And Kris is saying that it's Robert Kardashian's ex-2 wives that are the ones bringing it up.
Well, but see, that's the truth. So I don't know if you guys remember the story, but okay, yes, Kris, she wrote a memoir. Okay, she did write a book, but where all of this came from, all the rumors, is the fact that 2 Robert Kardashians, his, former wives, they leaked a story to the Inquirer, and who knows if they were paid or whatever, but basically they told the Inquirer that on his deathbed, he told them that Khloe wasn't his real daughter.
Well, if it wasn't the Inquirer, then that's the truth then. You know what I mean?
Right. Yes, we all know the tabloids are real. But that was the true catalyst for all of this. It wasn't necessarily her book.
Right.
Because her book, she was just saying, look, you guys, I had an affair. This is what happened a long time ago.
But in Khloe's defense, Khloe's saying whether he's my biological dad or not, he's my father. He raised me.
Right.
And he's my dad.
Why find out after he's already passed away?
And if she's cool with it, whether it's her blood dad or not, that's her dad.
But and we saw in Khloe and Lamar, we saw when they brought it up, I don't know if you guys saw it, but me and Diona talked heavily about it in the last episode. When Khloe was approached with all this, she was so upset. She didn't want to take the DNA test. She was already talked to about it. And now in this one, you see her being approached, and it's the same thing. So I don't understand why Kris thought it would be any different.
Well,
and ambushing her,
ambushed her.
with the doctor. The
That
doctor
was
just
hiding in the
appeared
closet.
into
You know what I
every.
mean?
Yeah, he just appeared into everywhere they were.
Right.
But is it really that surprising? Because that's just, like, Kris Jenner has nothing to do. It seems
She
like
has
just
no shame in
Right.
her.
Well, I mean,
game.
do you guys think it was like fair of her to push this on her daughter? Because at the end of the
No.
day,
No.
that is her daughter. She wants, her daughter to feel comfortable with
I
everything
think deep
that's
down
happening.
the curiosity for Khloe was going to build up, and she was, she's always going to question what if all she's reading all these things. It's hurtful. It's hurtful to hear the dad that you grew up with may not be your actual dad, and I think she's always going to have that what if she doesn't do that.
Right.
But I think that she needed time. I don't think that pressuring and ambushing was the right way to do it.
I think that she has questioned it because, we've seen in previous seasons of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, I want to like KUW, I want to say that. But we've seen where she's like the only blonde one. All of her siblings have dark hair. She was blonde. She's curly.
And
she's
Khloe,
tall,
Khloe, there was an episode where Khloe's like, you treat me differently. Remember her mom had to
Yeah.
carry out a mattress? I mean, can you hire a worker for that?
Yeah.
She's like, carrying out a mattress, and she was kind of like, you treat me like a stepchild.
I think she's always wondered, like, I just don't fit into this
And it's
family.
just like the icing on the cake.
Yeah, I'm the ugly duckling. So
Yeah.
I would think that deep down she might want to know the truth. I don't know.
Well, this is probably the first and only time you guys are going to ever hear this coming out of my mouth.
Uh-oh.
But Kim
What
said
you
it. Kim said it perfectly. I think Kris's intentions were to kind of clear up her reputation and kind of soften her affair that she had. You know what I
Right.
mean? And kind of put it out there like, no, I did not lie to my daughter for 25 years of her life. And I think she wants to really prove to the public that although, yes, she had an affair during the time Khloe was conceived, this is still Robert Kardashian's daughter.
Right.
So it
It
was
was-
more
it
about
was
clearing her
about her.
conscience.
Yes.
Right.
Well, she said, she's like,
Most definitely.
I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep at night. This is, really bothering me. So, again, it's all about Kris Jenner.
Do we think we've heard the end of this whole situation? Because I don't know. It seems like
I don't know,
Probably
but I
not.
mean, I'm glad Khloe took a stand and was just like, no, like as much as you want. I almost think she did it like in spite of her because Kris always wants her way, and Khloe's like, no, like you're not gonna get your way, because that's kind of how I would be, especially after they almost had an intervention.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, I think it was wrong to go around to all of her siblings and say, okay, we take this test, I'm gonna have a doctor coming over, and Khloe was the last to know. I think if anything, she should have been the first to know.
Right.
And she should have just even approached her and said, listen, I want you to, walk away with a clear conscience. I want you to know that you're loved, that this is your family. So how about a test? Instead, she goes behind her back. So
With the doctor on call.
with a doctor on call,
Hiding
talking
in
about
the
house
closet,
calls, right?
The laundry room, in the garage, in the basement. He's good to go. He's ready to go.
There's a whole new meaning to house call.
And that just leads on to the whole Bruce Island thing because, Bruce was the last to know also. And he's always the last to know. Like, I
Yeah.
feel so sorry for that guy. I don't know how he puts up
Poor
with
Bruce.
not only that many women, but Kris.
Poor
Yeah.
Bruce. I mean, I have to say, this episode, it really touched on a lot of really sensitive things, like we see Bruce really feeling like, oh my God, I'm not part of this family. No one consults me, no one talks to me, everybody ignores me. And then we've got this whole paternity thing, and then we're dealing with some heavier stuff, this episode versus light and fun and airy, were you guys kind of expecting that or,
Well, nobody knew that he was gone for 2 days.
I
mean,
know.
That's
Oh.
just sad.
That's
Like,
beyond
so
sad.
No one called.
Nope.
We're,
The intercom.
Oh, intercom.
Yeah.
Bruce, line 1. Bruce.
I know.
I love Bruce Jenner. I'm a huge fan. But his eyebrows, what is going on there?
After you said that, I couldn't stop looking at them. I completely agree.
know. I mean, I hate to talk, smack about Bruce.
I mean, he is
But-
an Olympic athlete.
ooh,
He is a world famous, name, and I don't know what's going on now.
But I mean, they've touched on that before on Keeping Up with the Kardashians
Yeah, I mean,
when
he-
he's even admitted that he got work done way too early in
and
his life, and
he
now
had-
he's kind of
right.
suffering.
But they
from
kind
it.
of reversed it, and he did kind of look better for a while. But he
I-
did something to his eyebrows. I think he got tatted down on his eyebrows, right?
patted down.
Yeah,
And
tatted
his
down on
earring
brow.
that he got with Rob.
yes.
Oh, the
His
earrings
piercing.
are
Okay,
terrible.
I wish he would lose those diamond earrings. I just think a man of a certain age should not have jewelry in his ears.
Or in
you
his
know what I
teeth.
teeth.
Or I
Or in the
think,
grills.
I think at a certain age you just don't have it. And speaking of earrings, I want to tell all of you AfterBuzzers about our fantastic affiliate program with Amazon.com. So what it is if you already shop on Amazon.com, what we're asking you to do is go on AfterBuzzTV.com, click on the Amazon affiliate banner, and you make your purchases there. So you can buy clothes, you can buy diamond earrings, you can buy Kris Kardashian's book, anything you want. And what happens, Maria's book right here. And what happens is AfterBuzz TV, we get lots of little kickbacks, and we're able to bring you more shows. We're able to pay for the lights and, you know, our makeup and all that fun stuff. So make sure you check out the eyelashes,
Eyebrow stencils.
Make sure you check on the Amazon.com banner on AfterBuzz TV. We appreciate it. All right, so back to talking about Bruce.
Well, back to talking about his ever so changing face. Kim Kardashian looks different in every episode.
They did some little flashbacks.
And
She doesn't
like,
look
montage,
cat. She doesn't
and we
look
were like,
catty
who
anymore.
is that?
Her eyes are bigger.
I was like, who is that?
Yeah, she's
She
different.
looked so much better in the flashback.
Yeah.
Like,
She was beautiful.
Yeah.
I worked with an Armenian company for 7 years, and they are one of the most beautiful people that I've ever had the opportunity to work with. Their culture, they're just so family oriented. And
dated an Armenian boy before.
I just think she needs to chill out on the.
Kim, you're beautiful. Stop.
I think she's using the same guy Bruce is
Oh
going
yeah,
to.
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Oh, I don't know.
How cute is Courtney? How cute is
love
Courtney
her.
and her
She's
belly?
adorable.
Yes.
Love her.
We
Adorable.
love Kourtney. But wait, let's circle back to Bruce for a second.
Okay, so going back to Bruce.
First of all, they just got the home redone, the bedroom redone, and the poor guy can't even eat chips on the damn couch in his bedroom, you know? So I was feeling his pain a little bit. You know, he felt isolated.
And on top of that, they don't even sleep in the same bed or
Yeah,
the
what
room
was
together.
that
What's
about?
going on there?
Like,
I mean,
because she didn't know where he was gone. Like, where
Yeah,
usually you see your
how is
husband at the end of the
gone for
day.
2 days?
Yeah.
I
You
yeah,
have
no idea.
That's a big problem.
Yeah,
He's
that's
not
a
working in the
problem.
garage overnight.
That's huge. I mean, the fact that she's so busy, she manages all of their careers. She's traveling, she's booking, she's like momager. So I think she definitely needs to carve out time for her man, for her husband. You know what I mean? Because just like you said, hey, if this doesn't stop, I'm gone. Now, you know, she threw it back at him.
She flipped it
you know?
around.
She
Yeah.
flipped it.
She
She
absolutely
but
flipped it around
flipped
big
it.
time.
yeah, she did. She really flipped that.
She made it seem like he was the problem.
Kris
Right.
Jenner is a very, very smart woman.
Yeah.
She
And
is.
She flipped
She's
it on him
fantastic.
where even Kris was, even Bruce was like, oh, maybe it is me. You know?
Yeah.
I know. I
Poor
know.
thing. Went
Like, you
missing
don't get
for 2
respect in
days.
this house if you don't.
you need to earn it.
You need to give respect to others in order to receive respect. That's
But
what she
about,
said.
like sleeping in the same bed? Like
Yeah.
that's a huge red flag for a marriage. Like, come on, they should be sleeping in the same bed. The fact that he
true.
was gone for 2 days, and she had to intercom him when he called.
She's like, oh,
from
he's in the
Khloe's?
garage.
He's actually hasn't been there.
Yeah.
Well, I love the fact that, you know, him and Scott were hanging out and they kind of got this idea because I feel like it's usually the girls that kind of like, oh, hey, let's like be sneaky. So it was
Yeah.
kind of cute to actually see like, you know, the boys be like, okay, let's set this up. But then it
Right.
kind of didn't really help him.
Well,
made
I also think what's cool is that we've seen like in previous seasons where Scott has been on the outs with the family. Like he's really had to like work his ass off. Sorry. He's really had to work hard to like get into the family fold because a long time they didn't like him. They thought he was lazy. And now we're finally seeing like he's got this great relationship, great enough for Bruce, you know, to call him and say, hey, I'm at Khloe's, you know, come hang out with me. So I thought that was kind of cool to see. You know, he's finally like moved into the fold. I mean, I guess it
'cause-
helps that there's one kid and one on the way.
Well, what other ally does Bruce have at this point? You know?
Exactly.
No.
That's a good point. He really doesn't have anybody, like in terms of
They
like
can relate to each other.
in terms of having another penis in the room. You know what I mean? Because Rob is like off doing his thing.
Rob
and,
is a little
you know,
tenderoni. He is so cute.
Isn't he cute?
Yes, he is
Love me some
so
Rob.
cute.
Rob,
oh my
come
gosh.
see us.
You know,
I'll get
I'm
some
a-
of his socks.
I've always been a Brody lover.
Oh,
He's
really?
never
Yeah,
on the
Bro-
show,
yeah.
but I have always loved Brody.
Brody's
Serious
incredible,
crush.
but something about
Oh,
Rob.
Brody Jenner.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think
You
he
never
broke up
see
with Avril
Bruce
from
interact
Virginia.
them.
I
haven't
They
checked.
broke up. I think they broke
like,
up.
hello.
You never see
No, I think
Bruce
they're still
interact
together.
with his own kids.
True. Yeah, well, that was a good point because even at the end, remember we saw. Well, okay, here's another something I want to bring up. Kendall and Kylie, the two younger daughters.
Are we going there right now?
Yeah, let's go there right now because it involves Bruce. Yes. So Kendall and Kylie, the two younger daughters, sitting there, on their phones, and then they finally go out to get yogurt and finally talk. But what blew my mind is how the parents had no idea that she was having a hard time in school, and second of all, the reason why she was having a hard time is because she's working. Like, hello, like. I just felt like that's a bigger issue.
I mean, they basically requested a tutor. I mean, they're like, we want to go to school. We want to learn. We feel so, behind when we go back to school because we're working. And of course, I don't think any teenager, they should be cheerleading and they should be enjoying
dances.
I mean, they do show them that they do the cheerleading thing and that type of thing.
They do.
But I mean, if you compare them to any other like young actress that like, has to have their own tutor, there really isn't a difference. And if they're wanting to be in their family work, I mean, if I found something that I love, like fashion in that when I was that young, I would totally do that. And there's certain, there's your high school years, but then there's also something really cool about the industry that they're in.
True, at
so
the same time,
it just depends.
I feel like you can never get, you need to find
But
balance.
they literally have grown up in it.
Yeah.
There's never been a minute where they haven't been in it.
And I get it, and I understand that, but also with the makeup, I think they need to go a little bit easy. If
how old are
their
they?
makeup artist
Like
is listening,
16?
they need to. Yeah,
I think Kylie's
14.
14,
16.
16.
Kylie is 14.
I
14.
think 14 and 16 or 15 and 16.
Because Kendall just turned 16,
Yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah,
she's 16.
Right.
So Kylie's
So, yeah,
either
Kylie's
14 or
young.
15, but they just have too much makeup on, and I think
just
that's a
feel
shame
like-
because they're gorgeous.
Yeah.
I feel like you can't get those years back. You can't rewind and get prom back and and dances and just interacting.
youth.
Yeah, you can't.
Your
You can't get that
childhood.
back. So when she was sitting there saying that, I was just like, well, okay, your daughter's sitting here telling you she feels stupid. She's not like caught up with the rest of her class. Why not like let her like just be a kid and be in school and do this when she's done if she wants to,
Or
They just signed a $40 million contract. They're going to be
or
around for another 3
before
years.
throwing
Yeah.
them into work mode, they should have discussed tutors, or maybe they shouldn't be working during school.
Or like a set number of hours a week.
Yes.
Something
Or
like that.
did they like? How do we know that they didn't like want to sign up for this though? And maybe now they just need to take it back. But
Because
it
their
could have
mom
been
is
them.
Kris Jenner.
Do we think they had a choice? I don't think they
I
had
don't
a
think
choice.
so.
Because they used to not be on the show that much. They used to.
They were younger.
Exactly. So, but maybe they wanted to. Because remember, they were saying like they wanted to be like their sisters. Like that was kind of like the thing back then. So maybe it's they wanted to work more, but now that they are, so maybe they just need to pull it back a little, work a little less.
Or at least not during the school year, or have a tutor that.
I don't know.
Listen, if Kris Jenner can have a DNA doctor in her closet, then they can absolutely
Get a
afford to
tutor.
have a tutor
On hand.
in
Every day.
the bathroom
Every
waiting.
single
You know what I
day.
mean?
Every single day.
Yeah.
But something about that, I don't know, it just rubbed me the wrong way. It really bothered me hearing that, like these girls are so young, the makeup, she's sitting there saying, I'm behind, I'm not caught up with
And
the
they're
rest
on
of
their
my
phones
class.
all the time,
And
for
they're
sure.
on
All
their
the time.
phones. It's just like, hello, and the parents had no idea. They were literally sitting over frozen yogurt and like, wow,
Well, the
didn't know
parents
that.
don't even sleep in the same room, so I think
But
that's
maybe
it
we
is
can
what
look at
it
this
is.
as a positive though. Maybe there are lots of families out there like that because if you think about it, I'm sure they're not the only parents who are running a million miles a minute who are not connected with their children.
Right.
Really. You know,
Right.
so maybe
This is the thing that's killing families.
I had seen
Although I'm attached
something where it said, I miss the days where apples and blackberries were just fruits.
Oh, I love that.
When they were just fruits, and now it's like we
I
don't
love
interact.
that
We don't
comment.
have human interaction
I
anymore.
love that. Speaking of apples, I want to remind all of you AfterBuzzers, please check out iTunes. We want to hear from you. Tweet us, make comments, because we really, really go back and we look at your comments, and we love it. So don't forget about iTunes. Check in with us and call us. Anybody have a question? Anybody want to call in? Adrian, I know you're out there. I know you're out there, Watchtower. Please, somebody call us. We'd love to hear from you. Again, that number is 424-256-1729. Okay, so I love that comment. That was fantastic.
I love
Apples
that
and
comment.
blueberries.
I know. I try not. I mean, I'm obsessed with my phone. I have to admit, but
We're all
I
guilty of
mean,
it.
I try to.
Yeah.
I try to like shut it down after a certain time. And Sundays, I usually don't even pick up phone calls or look at emails.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, wow.
All right, I think we're going to.
I said I tried.
I think we're going to check out a quick commercial. So let's hit a commercial, and we'll be right back with more juicy AfterBuzz on the Kardashians.
Hey guys, what's happening? We are the America's Best Dance Crew ABDC After Show coming to you guys. We watch the show every week just like you, and we go every Friday to the set to interview and talk to the crews behind the scenes and let you know what is happening behind the scenes.
Hey everybody, we are AfterBuzz Mob Wives Edition, the only Mob Wives after show out there. I'm your host, Adria Theoharides, with my lovely co-hosts,
Kevin Undergaro,
Grant Rudder,
Cameron Marston.
You guys can check us out every week. We have a lot of fun. We drink wine. We talk about the show. So check us out. We're also doing the Big Ann Show. So tune into that and Mob Wives Chicago.
Hey guys, what's happening? We are the Game of Thrones AfterBuzz crew. I'm Dave Klein.
Bethany Jaber. Kristen Elizabeth Snyder.
Simone Boyce.
And we come to you every single week live Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Pacific time, for we are kings of the Game of Thrones after show. And we have one thing to say. Oh, Shadow Baby. Oh, Shadow Baby. Oh, Shadow Baby.
AfterBuzz TV. What do you want to buzz about?
Oh, sorry. We are back. I just heard a little music in that commercial that I liked. Finally, let's talk about Dash. Let's talk about the store. Let's talk about Kourtney, who's my favorite. Is she your favorite?
President of Dash.
I love Kourtney. We see how Kourtney is, working with the store and working with buyers, working on a new space. And now that Kim's life has slowed down a little bit, and I wonder why.
Oh, well, this was one episode, okay? Let's, come on. She has a new man every episode.
Right.
I mean, every season. So
right.
Give her till next episode, and then you're going to see her MIA again.
Well, quick question. Were you guys surprised to see that there really wasn't a lot, like this episode didn't really revolve around Kim a lot, especially considering the divorce that's been in all the tabloids about how Kris Humphries is giving her a hard time, and she's, were you surprised to see the episode really not focusing on any of that?
No,
I think
because even with Khloe and Lamar, when she visited, remember, it was just
Right.
she was in the background of everything.
Right.
So I think she's trying real hard
to stop being such a fame whore.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see
Maybe,
about that.
maybe.
Those are some fighting words.
No, I'm just
Susan.
saying because
Fame
her and
whore.
Kanye West, I don't know, those two have the biggest egos out there. So we'll just see how much of a backseat they take.
She was definitely taking a back seat until this whole thing with Kourtney and Dash. And I was team Kourtney when it came to that, because Kourtney, she said it best. She said, you know what? Like, I've been doing everything. I do all the buying, I do the decision making, and now suddenly you want to pop in and insert your opinion. Well, hello, like I'm always here, and like you're always doing your thing. It's just, it wasn't fair. What do you guys think?
I
completely agree.
Because you've seen it in previous seasons too, where it's always Kourtney doing everything and she's always just sitting back there, but it's what she loves. And I would, like, if it was me and I was doing everything and then someone wanted to come in just because, now I'm free. Like, let me, let me put my 2 cents in after you did all this work, I would not be happy.
Right.
And because Kim's so bratty about it. Like,
She's negative about it.
Everything.
She's like, it's too cold in here. There's no, where were shelves? And Kourtney's like, yeah, because you install it.
Yeah.
I mean, hello? I'm sorry. Do we manage a store together? What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, this room didn't come looking like this.
Yeah.
The studio did not come looking like this. No, but I and especially considering that Kourtney's pregnant and she's doing everything. So So I
think Kourtney's a hard worker. She's always been a hard worker. She knows what she's doing. She loves fashion, and this is her baby. Dash is her kid,
Yeah. True.
The thing I love about the show is I love the fashion. Being a fashion girl myself. Everything from like the Hermes bags to that orange Chanel bag. Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
I'm kind of Hermes out. I mean,
they
we get
every
it. Yeah,
freaking color. But you know what? If they need to pass something over, here.
I would never complain about an Hermes bag personally.
Right,
it's a little much, and it's like, yes, we all know you guys have
every
color,
every
single color,
every style,
every style. That's great.
Oh gosh, what else? Any other things like hit you guys with this episode?
I mean, if we could talk about the make, I love how they're really stepping up with the bright reds and oranges. I love that.
They have fashion color.
Yes. Well, I think we all
and
were sporting a little something,
I'm naked now. Oh, we're both naked.
All right, I want to take a couple minutes to talk about Gamefly. So not only do we have Amazon.com, the affiliate program, but we also have Gamefly. Now, Gamefly, if you're familiar with Netflix, Gamefly is what Netflix is for you video game people. And right now, Gamefly.com is the perfect solution. You get no late fees, minimal monthly charges. You get over 8,000 games for PlayStations, Xbox, Wii's, and AfterBuzz TV fans, you get a special 15-day trial if you go through www.gamefly.com/AfterBuzzTV. You can test it out for free, Free. How many things do you get for free these days? I mean, not much, right? You can test it out for free, and if you don't like it, you can cancel after 15 days, and you can just have some free videos for 15 days. I haven't done that before, well, with Netflix or something. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So, like I said, Gamefly.com. Be sure to get your free trial. Compliments of AfterBuzz TV. Wow. All right. So, what else we got to talk about, girls?
I'm super excited that she's having a girl.
Oh, that's right. It's a girl. It's a girl.
It's gonna be so cute.
So, did you guys read in the magazines how they had pink flamingos for her baby shower?
That's so cute.
Right.
Yeah. They had pink flamingos. I think they had like a little cotton candy station.
Mm-hmm. So fun.
Scott wasn't there.
Oh.
He's actually growing
but
up.
I mean, how many guys go to girls' baby showers?
Lamar was there, and Kanye West made an appearance.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. How nice. Lovely.
So, and Kourtney was wearing a really cute little white Diane
She's always
dress.
so cute.
Yeah, she's
DVF.
so cute. Yeah, DVF.
All her outfits.
Such a little cutie.
Nice.
Like when Kim took the picture, she's like, let me take a picture of you in this cute little outfit. Like, it's just so cute.
Love it. All right, so what other kind of news and gossip do we have? Because there's always something to talk about with the Kardashians.
TV news.
All right, so let's see here. You had the baby shower.
The girls
Scott
are
didn't show up.
fed up with their mom.
Recently, I know I saw in Us Weekly or one of the tabloids, it was a picture of Kim, and she had a wig on, so I believe she was on set for something, but it was a picture of her and Kanye kissing. And it just seemed a little contrived. Like you know what I mean? Yeah, just very like, okay, all right, is my wig on right? Okay, so I'm going to... it was just like, it was a bit much, which, makes me wonder, like, everybody, is it real? Is it not? Is it for publicity? Because at the end of the day, I don't think she can afford to have another relationship, like, fake out with her fans. Because I think people have had it.
Well, the Kardashians, the girls, they all have etiquette coaches. They have...
Really?
Yeah, they have etiquette coaches. They have coaches that...
Like media training and stuff?
Yeah, media training. They learn how to pose. Wow. They everything. I mean, they live in the limelight. I mean, they get their nails done every other day because they can't be seen. With the same color. And these girls are working 24/7.
If I had that money, I'd be doing the same thing now. I would, nail did every day,
nails
makeup
did, hair
on.
Because you fancy,
Yes, I'd be fancy. Right?
I think that Kim needs to give her vagina a little break. I mean, she's not divorced yet, and I think she needs to get
brought up Lady Town.
She needs to sign them papers and then on to the next. I think what I mean.
That's a good point, though. She's still married.
Still legally married.
Still legally married.
And you can't hate Chris Humphries for giving her a hard time. I mean, he's a little kid from Minnesota, right?
Yeah.
He feels like he was really duped. Like he really feels like he was bamboozled. And I mean, he's not gonna.
But I mean, have you seen him? I don't think it would take really that much to bamboozle that guy.
Oh,
you know what?
That is mean, Virginia.
But he just seems.
Do you think he seems stupid? Is that what you're trying to say?
Maybe a little bit on the.
He's naive. He's naive.
Maybe naive is a bigger
He's an NBA star. He went into the NBA at what 20-something. He's only 26-year-old.
Seen the show? He doesn't really know like what these ladies are capable.
I don't think
of,
he was really. I don't think he really watched the show.
I think he just.
She's the one who was like, "Who's that guy? I want to meet that guy," and that's how he kind of got into the middle of this whole storm.
He had to have known after like how the whole they were on that vacation together, and then he was like, "Oh wait, you were married?" Like, did he not do any research? Does he have nobody to do a little bit of research?
He's from Minnesota.
I think
But
he's
naive.
He's naive.
You bring up a good point. His naivete, I think, makes him even more like endearing to me in the sense that his heart was in the right place. He wasn't thinking about this as a business venture or to make money. Maybe he was in love with her.
His childhood pastor married them. You know?
But he was not very nice sometimes.
But was that editing or
it could have been
him,
editing.
you know?
But would you realize? Okay, I really don't want to live with this the rest of my life. I mean, I'm just trying to see both sides of the story. He was kind of a jerk sometimes.
But I feel like when you're married, like, and you can.
But I think he was portrayed that way.
You know,
I think he was definitely portrayed that way.
And the beginning of that season, I hated him. I was like, what does she even see in this guy? And then towards the end, you kind of see, like, the truth kind of comes out. And you see kind of Kim's real kind of true side towards him. And you kind of see that it's really not him that's being evil. It's kind of the editing of the whole entire show.
But she loved that about him. She loved how he was a little obnoxious. And she liked that about him. You know? And I think he was really disrespected, and I think
I agree. And to your point, when you brought up Ladytown, I didn't know you were going to go there.
I always bring up Ladytown. Hello.
I kind of agree with you. Like, be divorced. You know what I mean?
Be divorced.
She's still legally married.
Some respect
so to parade around another man, you know, in public, you know,
or maybe just be a little bit more discreet about it.
But she's having a field day with, like, the Kanye hints. Like,
True.
she, like, just posted, you know, an Instagram of, you
his
know, him
Ferrari or his Lamborghini.
Oh, yeah, that too. But she was front row at a show and was, like, watching my baby, thrown.
KW earrings. It's like really.
Yeah, the grill.
I missed that.
Everything. She's just having a field day throwing out hints to people. And she just, if she doesn't want to get involved in doing that again, she's take a step back.
I think everyone has the right to be with whoever they want to be. You know, love is love. However, I mean, just have some respect for yourself. Respect yourself. Get that divorce, and then
respect yourself.
You know, and then you know, go on with your business. But
Right.
it's just come on.
Well, you know what? We could probably spend the next hour talking about news and gossip with the Kardashians. But instead of doing that, we are going to talk about predictions for next week. So
Now, your AfterBuzz TV
predictions. I love that. So, what are we thinking is going to happen next week? Do we think the whole paternity issue, do we think that's finally dead in the water? We're not going to hear about it again?
Yeah, because the letter that she wrote, everything.
I agree. Scenes for the next, gosh, I kind of like went out of my mind. The scenes for the next, what popped
we're
up?
all drawing a blank here.
I'm totally drawing a blank.
Hopefully,
for the scenes for
Bruce
the next.
stays in the house.
Next
episode.
That's another issue.
Yeah.
You know, is that issue with Bruce? You know, is it a continuing one? Because that's a really big deal. Because that's their marriage. That's that's kind of tight. You know, I think we also
And they choose the Dash store.
Yes,
yeah.
they finally
all
choose
three of
the
them
Dash.
are there.
Yes, and then there's the Dash opening party. Of course, there's going to be all kinds of juicy little, drama and tidbits. I'm sure we're going to see a lot more of Kourtney since now she's announced the sex of her baby. Maybe we'll see the shower coming up soon.
Oh yeah,
she's starting
I hope
the
so.
show.
And then I know Khloe and Lamar moves back, right?
They moved back from Dallas. So, yeah.
So a lot of good stuff coming up.
A lot of good stuff coming up, and it's just the beginning, you guys. So be sure to tune in and check us out next Sunday, same time, same place, and we can't wait to be back.
Where can I find you guys?
Oh, sorry. Thanks, Marissa. Oh, gosh, this is only water, too. So you can find me at GoToGirlTV. That's my Twitter handle. And you can check me out at my website, www.gotogirltv.com, where I bring you lots of fun information and save you money on just about everything. Where can they find you, Susan?
I'm Susan Hahn, and you can find me at It's Susan Hahn, ITSSUSANHAHN. I'm your beauty expert. You guys could tweet me about makeup tips. I'm the girl who rocks Louboutins and drinks a 40 out of brown paper bag, so I'll always be honest and real with you guys.
And she put my eyelashes on tonight. Very good job. Very good job. Adria?
I'm Adria Theoharides, and you can tweet me at Adria Theo.
And I'm Virginia Reyna. You can find me at either virginiareyna.com or you can follow me on Twitter at Virginia Reyna.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.